Hi, this is Microdose U, and I'm Dr. Denise. How are you doing today? Here to discuss really why microdosing is not just some trend; it's completely revolutionizing the field of health, physical health, mental health specifically, and why is that relevant to women? It's really about upgrading how women function, how we heal, and what's possible. So, I want to talk a little bit about how microdosing psychedelics is really resetting these loops that happen. Um, there's like the constant loop going on in our brain, whether we're aware of it or not, and our physiology has the same kind of thing. If there's depression, anxiety, trauma, I say small t trauma. So I'll give you a quick example. I'm not a big fan of running into a snake when I'm hiking. I've had some experiences as a child being surprised by a snake and not really, knowing what to do about that. I was very young, didn't know that much about snakes, and it terrified me. And I, never really did anything about that. So fast forward many decades later, I'm out hiking and I see a snake. And so, of course, not my favorite thing. And I'm going to have that adrenaline because it's seen as a surprise. So it's going to, kind of escalate my physiology. And then my brain says, oh, you don't like snakes, Denise. And, this is not a helpful thing. What I learned to do a while back, because I hike, I'm out there in the world, snakes can be really anywhere, was I learned about them. Information can be very powerful to learn to discern what to do if you see a snake, what's a safe, harmless snake, and education and information can be very, very powerful. So that helped a little bit. Since microdosing, I have found that when I'm out, and a real example happened not that long ago, I was hiking and a little garter snake, kind of came out of what, it seems like it's nowhere, but they're just along their way, minding their own business. And I said, oh, snake. And, had that like kind of alarm. But because I've been microdosing, I knew it wasn't like a survival alarm going off. It was more, that's a surprise. And, oh, that's a garter snake. And I found myself out loud saying, hey, buddy, I'm going to let you go. And a friend that I was hiking with kind of like was surprised because she's known me a long time. She knows that I'm, not the biggest fan of snakes. So how did I do that? What happens is that old loop was, you know, snakes are a problem. They're scary. And, this can happen with something that's like I say, small t trauma. It can be a big trauma. Oh, I had a very scary thing happen. Um, all kinds of things that go on. And the brain processes those surprises or very scary, traumatizing things very differently than it's processing day to day events. And what happens is the brain gets kind of stuck and then it stays on that loop to kind of keep you on guard, like look for the snake or look for the terrible thing that's going to happen, or even silly things like, oh, I forgot to pick up spinach at the store. I come all the way home, not that far, and I go, oh, I can't believe I forgot that. And my brain, like, used to go into this as if that was like some crisis. So, modern humans we respond to events as if it's kind of like, a big crisis sometimes when it's not. And then, of course, there can be a very big crisis, and it's appropriate that our adrenaline goes up because we really need to be engaged. If somebody's running from water or something, they want to quick get out of the house, or if there was like a fire, get away from that. Learn, step back, back on the street if, a car was coming. Those are things we don't want to lose. However, with modern humans, a lot of that alarm goes off. And, I use the snake example because while, a snake could be a problem if it was a dangerous snake, in general, they're going to stay away from me. I know that. And it's that old loop that I upgraded. So, what the psychedelics do is they're going to stop that automatic loop, upgrade, so that you kind of have this other pathway. So to see it as well, there's other possibilities. This is just, I called him buddy going by, there you go, buddy. I'm going to let you go because I still want to, not get too close, even though it was a garter snake and certainly harmless. So we find that not only with trauma, but we find that with depression, anxiety, that whether we're aware of it or not, the same kind of physiology, it gets stuck, and the same conversation. In fact, you've heard me speak before about the narrative that's going on constantly, even when we're asleep. So if there's a negative conversation going on that you're not aware of or that you are aware of, that's the loop that we change when we start microdosing psychedelics. Certainly with anxiety, anything that you're trying to upgrade in your life, generally you can ask yourself, what do I think about that? What do I believe about myself about that? What do I believe about the world about those particular things? And while there may be some accuracy, there is always a new pathway of how we're going to relate to that in our being. So, I always say that you're not broken. The system that might be helping you, that you're turning to, sad to say, is broken. I don't like to say that so much, but I want to be honest here. I'm a truth teller. The system could do a lot better, and that's where microdosing psychedelics comes in, and it is a game changer because it is not numbing you. It is not just treating symptoms for maintenance. It's actually healing and upgrading and creating new ways to relate and navigate whatever issues are happening within you. Now, I do want to just say one other quick thing, which is many people have messaged me recently, two specific areas. What do I do if I'm on SSRIs, an antidepressant or any sort of medication to treat mental health issues? Can I still microdose? And again, while this isn't medical advice, and I would really look at what your situation is specific. Like I say, it's a lot of moving parts, and those are very dynamic. In general, the trend is that you absolutely should not stop taking any medication that you're on. And microdosing will work alongside that. Now, people do find that after microdosing for a while, sometimes they will be able to adjust some of those, say, antidepressant medications, for example, or ADHD, attention focus medications. After microdosing, oftentimes they find they don't need them. So that's the real true healing. The other question somebody wrote in recently was, what about hormone replacement therapy? So women who are going through menopause, and hormone replacement therapy can be extremely helpful. Again, we look at what your doctor's saying, but you absolutely can be microdosing psychedelics and still be using the hormone replacement therapy. Again, we look at those particulars for you. It would require a really thorough, close look at all your health, emotional, physiological, psychological aspects of your life, and to kind of see what would work for you in terms of addressing that upgraded healing in addition to any other medications that you're on. So before we finish today, I did want to give you a quick strategy, very quick, that works really well when it comes to upgrading that narrative, what we carry with us day to day, that kind of repetitive loop. It's like the record is stuck and it just keeps going. So here's the strategy, and that you use alongside microdosing to heal. Specifically, if you feel like you're carrying the weight of something, even if it's a small trauma, a bigger trauma, you are looking to upgrade that loop, right? So it's not about forgetting the trauma, numbing the trauma. It's about upgrading the way you're relating in your being physiologically, psychologically. So here's the quick strategy. I usually do close my eyes and I center myself. I feel myself sitting here in the chair. And to take the moment and say, I easily release that which is no longer needed. The past is over and I am free. You can say this while you're driving. It doesn't have to be a sort of meditative, close your eyes moment. So I'll say it again. I easily release that which is no longer needed. The past is over, and I am free. It's a simple phrase. It's so powerful, though, and it can really be a game changer. One other quick note before I go. Sometimes people will say, but it's if I let go of these things from the past, it's as if they didn't happen, or I'm somehow forgiving a wrongdoing. That's not necessarily the case. What you're doing is you're just going to set it down. You're not going to feel the weight and carry it with this, kind of current residual replaying of, say, a trauma or a depression, anxiety type of loop that keeps replaying. So hope that's helpful, and I will see you next time.